morning, guys. It is Monday morning. It's snowing outside. It's a lot of snow again. It's -3, so the snow is actually sticking. But we do have had snow in the beginning of November, but usually it will disappear before December. But I think it's kind of nice having all the snow. I will be working from home today because I had a very rough night. I'm going to send away an email to my neurologist and say this medication don't work, because not only did I have a rough night, I can't really focus my eyes today. So this is have been an ongoing thing. I don't sleep for a couple of nights and then I totally just fall into bed and I get sleep for 8 to 10 hours, and then I don't sleep for a couple of nights. That's going on, and then on top of that I have all the other symptoms. I think I had a list of 10, so I'm gonna talk to her and say that it isn't possible for me to take this medication if I'm supposed to be able to work. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but that's how it is. But yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm gonna work from home today, but I'm very lucky because I put in those extra hours on Friday. I don't really have that much time that I need to work today, so yeah, it's quite nice. But yeah, good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. And maybe it's snowing at your place too, because I love snow. I'm so happy about snow. It's just that it's a little bit chilly to have the door open for the kiddies, but they love the snow also, so they want to sit and watch it. So I open it up so they could. I am working. I've gotten a whole bunch done. However, the pain is really taking over, but in just a little bit I will be able to kind of merge everything into production. And then my day is basically over. I wanted to show you something. This is Gizmo behind my computer. I have darkened the screen so you can't see it because I can't show anything that I'm working on because it's proprietary and my bosses would fire me. So it's just darkened. I have everything behind it. But here you have Gizmo. Gizmo is a pretty big cat and he decided that I am going to lie on the desk behind Mom's computer because I don't want to be alone. And if we spin around, you have Leia here. Yeah. So they are keeping me company as I work, which is kind of awesome. And yeah, I ended up putting on my unicorn onesie because I'm having so much pain in certain parts of my joints. And usually that is because I don't get enough warmth on them. I also don't have my painkillers that I can take in like a minute or two. But anyhow, so I went into my closet to find my leg warmers. I just found one of them because I have these shorter ones and then I have these long ones that actually is long enough to go from my foot up to my hip. And I wanted them, but they weren't there. Or one of them was there. I couldn't find the other one. I had to go through my whole closet and I just couldn't find it. So I put on a pair of like 3/4 length leggings and then I put on my unicorn onesie because it's really, really warm. And now it's winter, so now I can use it again because on the summer it's way too warm and I would kind of just burst. So yeah, one more good feature about being able to work from home. I can wear my unicorn onesie. And yeah, I did actually wear my unicorn onesie at work once. Yeah, I had people photographing me and tweet photos of me in my onesie because they thought it was funny. But yeah, I'm gonna see if we can have one of those days at work again so I can run around my unicorn onesie and get to use it. The whole idea behind it was, one, I really, really wanted one. Two, I was planning on starting doing like gaming streams, which I haven't because I rarely game in front of my computer. And right now I really need to buy a new gaming mouse if I'm gonna game because the beautiful little cat Leia ate mine. So I need to get one of those, but they are like $80-90, so not right now. Before that I need to get another webcam, and that is about $80-90 too. So yeah, you have to kind of choose your expenses. But first, actually going to try to I'm gonna move things around in here, and we're gonna do a different setup so we can see if I can actually stream my coloring and stuff on Twitch. So we'll see. Maybe I can do that too. But yeah, I'm going to continue working now. Now you've seen how Gizmo lies. Well guys, it is around 4. Christopher should get home in like an hour. It has been snowing all day and it's super awesome. It's not snowing a lot, it's just like powder snow, slowly just falling. So de-stressing. Anti-stress weather. I can really like it. It makes me feel very calm inside. I've been pouring down coffee in me because no sleep, and then I have been kind of teaching myself the React system. I get so annoyed. This is why I don't like working, like they have all these engines out there. So basically, instead of setting up a whole system on your own computer, you can kind of add your code to these kind of little engines that are web pages, and they kind of go through your code and kind of show it up, which is awesome when they work. I've been sitting and just going crazy, and this is right now I don't have that much of a tålamod. It's the Swedish word. I'm sorry. When things go wrong, I just can't, I get annoyed very quickly. And that this is because I haven't slept and because of the medication, and I've been noticing this, being annoyed quite a lot the last couple of days. So it's, yeah. But anyhow, you're supposed to put your code in and it's supposed to work. And I write the code exactly as they do, and still it doesn't work. I even copy paste their code into the window and it still doesn't work. I was like, there's something wrong with this engine, because on another page it works perfectly, but on the page I'm sitting at, it doesn't work at all. And I kind of got very annoyed, because I'm here to actually learn something, and there is no, like, you don't really need to compile, but when you set up the things on your own computer, you do a build phase, because you basically put your code. One of the things is that how I code might not work everywhere, so you kind of just pack it together so it would work in every browser. And then they will tell you, but you did this wrong, or you missed this. And a lot of code is syntax. It's basically you have to put your semicolon in the right place, and sometimes you forgot it and then the code doesn't work. Those kind of things. And when you work with it on your own computer, that will come up. You will get errors. But when you work on it in these kind of emulators, they don't give you that information. So basically, you're sitting and working towards something that won't give you a reply. If you do something wrong, it won't tell you that it's wrong, it just won't show up. And it annoys me to the bone. And it's like, can't you just do a tutorial where I can get the freaking code so I can put it on my freaking computer so I can get it to work on my computer? Sorry, I just realized how really annoyed I was. I thought I just was a little bit annoyed, but apparently it's driving me insane. Maybe I should step away. No, I'm actually starting another tutorial, because I did this tutorial, I think I went through it for like an hour or something, and I just want to learn. I just want to be able to build these things. And when I'm doing the right thing and it still don't show up, then I get mad. And also, there's like no comment section in this specific tutorial that I'm going through, so I can't really write to them and say, here, you have done this wrong, please fix it. So yeah, annoyed. But I'm gonna continue learning a little bit because I need to be able to read the code. Like, at the moment, I do read the code when people, but I more like test that it works, set it up on my own computer and test that it works, because it's easier to see that, okay, it looks like this, it should look like that and stuff, because like, reading CSS doesn't say that much. It says height and width, but if you're not some extremely talented person that can visualize in your head how the CSS is supposed to work, then you really want to build a project and look at it. So yeah, it's a lot of computing this couple of days, and it probably will be a lot of computing in the next couple of days, because this is kind of where I am in what I want to do. You will know, or I might have told you, that I'm one of those persons that get very excited about something and very like, I'm gonna do this, and then I kind of zoom into it. And sometimes it's just for a couple of days, sometimes it can last for a month or two, and when I do that, I have a very hard time kind of straying outside of it. I want to do that very, very all the time, 24/7. My head doesn't fully work like that, so probably will sit down and do the rest of my knitting or continue knitting later in the evening. But right now, I am gonna go. And by the way, I'm listening to another thing that annoyed me, and I think that is why I'm really annoyed, was that I've been listening to Spotify. And when you're listening to Spotify on your computer or something like that, you can say, I want to play this specific album over and over and over. I have the free account. But on your mobile phone, you have to shuffle play. And one of the things that I get really pissed about, and really annoyed, I know it's a free service, I shouldn't be pissed about it, but that is, if I choose a album I want to listen to, this specific album I want to shuffle, it adds a whole bunch of music that it thinks I would like to listen to. And that sucks. Because if I say I want to listen to this specific album, like I'm totally crazy about the Peter Holland's Christmas album right now, so I'm listening to it like non-stop, and then I wanted to get in here in the living room, and the easiest way to play the music on our TV is to send it to the Apple TV. So I'm doing it through my mobile phone, and when I'm doing it, I can't listening to the whole album, because after a couple of songs it starts throwing in other songs. And I did this a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago. This was why I turned off Spotify. I was listening to an album with Tessa Violet, and I was starting to get music that had nothing to do with her, and discovered that they do add those, like, we think you want to listen to this. And with Peter Holland now, I get a lot of other Peter Holland songs, so sort of okay, but not okay. But with her, I got a whole bunch of artists that I never heard and I was absolutely not interested in. So, yeah, Spotify, I'm angry with you. And I think that is how they want it to, that you want to be angry enough to actually pay for your service. But I'm actually thinking about paying for the service anyhow, because I don't like the commercials. I just want to have this. Because if you do it on like the Windows desktop thingy, when the commercials go on, it goes on like 3 times the strength and loudness, and it totally messes with your groove especially when the commercials has nothing to do with what you're listening to. So I think I'm gonna pay for it anyhow, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna get back to programming now. I ended up not continuing programming. I did find a tutorial that wasn't based on the using all these annoying things. Instead, I could use my own computer and code on, which also will help me to kind of develop things. Still annoyed that things just don't do my thing. So instead, I actually did set up my Mac to do a live stream, and after a lot of googling, it actually took me, I think, 2 hours just to get the live stream set up. I had some issues. First of all, my webcam, which I thought was a 920, was actually a 910 Logitech, which is a okay webcam. I'm hoping to be able to get the 920 instead because it's better, but not an expense I can do now. But anyhow, it wasn't accepted by the Mac. I had to buy another software for like $8 to be able to use it, and it worked out. Then I had to download OBS, which is the stream software, and I had to set everything up in that. And then I started streaming, and then I actually listened to the sound because people didn't chat in the chat, and I'm like, why aren't they chatting? And then I realized because they can't hear me, because the audio on my webcam was way too high. I have to figure out how to kind of turn that audio off and turn on another audio and get better sound overall in the stream. So that is something I have to figure out. But it was fun because I saw people coming in and dropping out. I just wished that they had kind of commented or something so I could comment back. I want to start a conversation with people. That's kind of why I'm gonna start streaming. But yeah, so I got most of it set up. So now I have extra cable on my on my desk. But yeah, so that is going to be used. Sadly, the camera the zoom is like 4 different zoom levels. So I can zoom it in to be pretty good for coloring, but when I zoom it out, you will see the whole mess of my table. But that might not be too bad either, because that means that you will see better what I'm doing. Something like that. But yeah, it was fun. So I got my colored image for day 7. It's awesome. I've actually, so far, I'm on it. Colored every image for the whole full 7 days. So it's 23 left. When you say it like that, it feels like a mountain. But yeah. But it is time for me to head to bed. So good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye!